All right, I'm going to say this to begin with, even though I'm not going to talk about it too much. Holy smokes, have I been making a lot of counters this week. Quite a bit for the Tannenberg, the test game series, which I'll be playing relatively soon, but that's going to be a completely separate video and whatnot. So this is a morphine, I guess, if you want to call it, of the Soldiers game, and also I'm going to provide the link. Here's the original map. You can get these free on War Game Vault or the Winter Maps or whatever. So I decided to morph it a little, and I was getting too cute and fancy with the counters, and this morning I said, screw this, let's just go with INF and machine gun kind of thing, and I'll show you the German ones here as well. And I didn't realize until afterward, I'm like, enough's enough, that the colors, I ended up basically using the clear terrain color as the same as the British troops. I'm like, oh, forget it, I'm not gonna, I want to get on with playing the game. So at least you can see there. So it's essentially almost all the same rules as Soldiers. Not entirely, as per usual. I try to fiddle with things. Well, here, I'll show some of it here. So I did make a little terrain key. If you can see here, I'll try to pop it there. Maybe that'll help. I don't have to, whatever. Most of it's the same. The only other one change is they don't have scrub is not in the Soldiers one. And so in this one, for scrub, essentially it's going to be, it will affect line of sight for firing, and as long as the troops that are inside don't fire out that turn, or don't have any enemies adjacent to them, they're considered hidden. The instant they fire out, though, that mutual fire phase during that turn, they will be, anybody can do direct fire on them. After that, they become observed indirect fire type of thing. Yeah, I don't see any big deal with that. It's yet again, I can just pop in some more counters. So what's the scenario here? I'm calling it between first and second. So in this scenario, the British, I'll move these out of here because it's essentially it's going to be a solitaire game. So essentially in this neck of the woods, oh yeah, and the scale roughly is about 300 meters per hex, so I had to alter the ranges a little bit. The British infantry are going to be with the Lee Enfields, and they're using Lewis guns for the machine guns, so not the big heavy puppies. So I've altered the ranges a little bit. I'll talk about that in a sense, in the movement and whatnot. So, but I do want to talk about the scenario, which is like I said, is called between first and second. So in this area, the British have managed to pierce through. They've managed to take the first line of defenses, and against the better judgment of the local commanders, they've been ordered to continue and push on to the second line of defenses of the Germans. And regardless of the fact that they've way outpaced their artillery support, and they have no idea of the positions or the strength of the enemy. So so what I'm setting it up here is, as you can see here, the British have decided to stop along the edge of the woods, and some of the scrub here, they're okay. Stacking is just like, well, for here in Soldiers, it's going to be 2 units. And the Germans are going to be randomly selected, hidden more or less in anywhere south of the main road here. They have to be in, they can't be in clear terrain, and I think I also have to order for stacking. So what I did was I made, so there's 15 counters in total, and I'm going to pick 10 times. 5 of them are blanks. 2 are heavy machine guns, and the rest are infantry. And I'll go over it's on the flip side, isn't it? Yes. So here, actually I can just pop it here. It doesn't matter. So I think you can see it a little bit. The CRT, I'm just using the CRT from Soldiers here. I'll move it up a little bit so maybe you can see. But the British and German infantry are the exact same. Movement of 3, range of 2. The British machine gun, the Lewis, has got a movement of 3 and a range of 3. The German infantry, like I said, movement of 3, range of 2. The German machine gun, though, on the other hand, it's a big honker. It's got a range of 6. And the only other changes you can see here that I've done, if anybody knows about the soldiers rules. In soldiers, once certain, well, like for example, even some, if you move even a little bit, you can't fire that turn. But some of them, it's like if you move more than, I think, half your movement cost, you're not able to fire that turn. Instead, what I decided to do is do a sliding scale kind of thing. So for example, here you can see the British, if they don't move at all, their attack is 4. If they move 1 hex, it drops down to 3. If they move 2 hexes, it drops down to 2. Their attack strength is down to 1. I remember in soldiers, you're attacking essentially the defensive strength of the terrain. It doesn't matter who you are, kind of thing. It's what you're hiding in, kind of thing. And the same with the machine gun, go 6, 4, 2, 1, and so on and so forth. That's the way I'm doing it. The only other thing is that the big heavy machine gun here is movement of 2. Other than that, that's the same thing. I'm doing it that, oh yes, and also that the Germans are all going to be in improved positions. And if you flip over here, it's just like in soldiers, the improved positions will double the defense. That's really about it. And then what I'm going to do is, once any of the British units end a movement turn in clear terrain, or in scrub, because at that point in time you're still observed in a sense, and then you'll become hidden, like you'll take advantage of the scrub and whatnot. Yeah, and it's slightly increased, a little bit better defensive value than clear. Clear's got 2, this has got 3. So what I'll do is, if you're 1 hex away from the woods, the British, I'll roll a die. Well, I'll always roll a die kind of thing, but it'll be on a 6, then one of the German troops will be spotted, and vice versa kind of thing. You know something may be there. You're starting to get, I guess, the heebie-jeebies is what I'm trying to say. And then as you progress further away, so if you're 2 hexes away, it'd be a 5 and a 6. 3 hexes away, it'd be 4, 5, and a 6. Oh, I hope you get the idea. I think that's really about it. I don't want to take this on too much, but once I get into it a little bit, I'm going to go through this this scenario, which like I said, is going to be called between first and second. I'm kind of, yeah, I think I'm going to have some fun with this. Well, I love soldiers to begin with, and I love fiddling around with things, so why not? All right, see you later. Hope you're having fun. See ya.